wanted to ask a question related to, I see that there's been a proposal for retiree health benefit trust fund to be created as a part of the budget.
Yes.
And as I read it, if we have money at the end of the year left over, we would take a portion of that and put it in that trust fund. So a couple of questions related to that is, ultimately, are we looking that that trust fund would be able to cover the costs of retiree benefits? Would that be is that the goal of it, or just?
No, I don't think that the goal is to totally cover it. It would continue to be covered through the NYS program and through enrollee contributions. I think that this trust fund would be established to help pay for future health care costs for retirees and their dependents. It would be yet another mechanism to help control costs.
But probably just a portion of that, not
Correct.
necessarily the annual. So it says that it would be under the sole custody of the Commissioner of the Department of Civil Service, but then the Commissioner would delegate responsibility of managing those investments to the Commissioner of Taxation and Finance. Are you aware, does Tax and Finance have trust funds, or do they manage dollars at this point?
I am not aware of whether they do or do not have trust funds that they manage.
Or does the Commissioner of Civil Service doesn't have those responsibilities? No, it's just I know
these would be new responsibilities for both agencies.
Okay.
And again, that would be done by the Commissioner of Tax in consultation with the state's Health Care Insurance Council.
I know there are discussions back and forth on different funds that we have in the state. Should it be sole responsibility of someone? Should it be a board? And I know it's done both ways, but just interested to see that the governor's proposed that. Are there any provisions that you're aware of that this just wouldn't be a fund that could be used for other things? In other words, protections to keep it from being raided at sometime in the future if we build up money in there but needed money for something else? Are there any provisions that you're aware of that would
allow for that? No, not that I'm aware.
Or that would prohibit it, so that it would be focused just on employee benefits as opposed to use?
Well, I mean, as I read the legislation, that's what the fund is for and that's what it's focused on. I'm not aware of any provisions that would allow for it to be used for another purpose.
Thank you. Just one other question. I do see that there have been a shift of a certain number of employees, 3,174 that would go from state workforce to be identified with capital projects, shifting them from the state operations portion of the budget to that part. Do you have any sense of how much those 3,000 plus positions, what their combined salary might be that we're shifting?
I do not have that sense, but I'd be happy to follow up and provide you with that information if it's available.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.